You know, when you ask people about their past, okay, so how was your childhood? The moment you ask them about the past, the version that is sitting in front of me, it disappears.
Right. It goes back right back to, let's say, the imprint of their
Yeah,
childhood.
exactly.
Mm.
They don't, and it's something we do. Like when you bring people to a story of the past, uh, it's interesting to if you ask them, but tell it from you now. It's an interesting process to like it took I when I noticed it, it took me quite a like it was for me it was very profound when I noticed that I'm like this and then oh yeah my past oh God and wow, I went through so much and so much struggle and now I'm trying or doing my best to say it with the perspective of now looking at my past and
Mm.
realizing why everything happened the way it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had similar journey for sure. And it was like first a lot unconscious, obviously, like how you the state changes.
Yeah.
And like later realizing actually through different, things that I experienced in therapy and men's work, whatever,
Yeah.
like hey, you can actually hold the younger version of yourself in a
Mm.
sense, or
Yeah.
literally, um, in your experience, even
Hmm.
maybe not physically, but might even feel like that.
Yeah.
Where you're going back in time and giving yourself what you need.
Yeah.
And by repeating that process, you will, let's say, heal or change
Hmm.
the imprint,
Yeah.
meaning you will also feel more free
Hmm.
in the current moment.
Yeah.
Like you said a few times, like things that all come back to it's very important to be here and now,
Yeah.
and also to be neutral.
Yes.
Why?
In order to be in the here and now.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at the quantum field, like electromagnetic field, let's say, and you want to be in the center, to be like in a seeing everything from the center with complete clarity. In order to be in the now, what does it actually mean? Okay, let me tra- translate it to this reality. When you're in the now, you're not thinking of the future and you're not thinking of the past. Anytime you're thinking about the past, it's usually very often remorse, guilt, shame. Like there's something that is keeping you in the past. You see someone and you did them something wrong, and they will look at you and they will throw you into a story of the past. People that keep you in past stories, avoid them for a like I avoid them.
Mm.
You know, like if you cannot, because I'm a new person every second. You know, like if you keep me. Oh, you did this and you did that. Yeah, I did, but I can't change it right now. And I'm sorry, my intention wasn't bad. So, and sometimes you have a field that is keeping you in the past, and sometimes you're keeping you to yourself in the past because there's something you did and you can't forgive yourself. Someone did something to you and you can't forgive, and you're so angry. So you have a lot of weight
Yeah.
of okay. So this is going into the past. Everything that has to do with the future has to do with fear. You're not afraid of your past. So and fear, it's like it has to do with expansion. Like, I'm like, I'm not ready. I don't know if like, I'm afraid to take a plane because I never took a plane. Then you take a plane. Oh, it's not that bad. Like, unless you're afraid of. Okay. There are other metaphors, but you get what I mean. So it's basically building up this, the trust relationship that I trust my future self. I trust that everything that is coming from the future is exactly the way I want it to be. Okay, so building a trust to the future, release, forgive everything that has to do with the past, letting go of guilt, shame, and fear. And this is how you can go into this time axis of uh, not being bound by time.
Hmm.
And then you get like the moment you have a preference or you judge good and bad, you go into duality. You know, maybe it's who knows if it's good or bad. Like there are so many stories and parables that can like yeah, I don't remember the exact ones, but sometimes it looks bad from your perspective, but it's actually it's the best thing that could have happened to you. But you don't want to look at it in this way. So It's just be neutral, because the moment you're not, I like to be neutral, because the moment I'm not neutral, I'm getting out of my center and I'm seeing it through a lens. Like, I love this. So all of a sudden your perspective is shifted. You have a
Because you say you love this, you're seeing part
you have a
of the
preference.
frequency, and by that you might be you create a blind spot for yourself, what you're
Exactly.
doing. Yeah.
I love this. I don't love this. You know, I love this more. I have a preference to this. You're getting out of this unconditional love. And the moment you do that, it's fine. Also, like all of it is fine. Nothing is, there's no right and no wrong. But the moment, it's just, it depends on where you want to go and what you want to do. You know, like I that my path is to bring everything into neutrality and not to have any attachment, and to trust the future and release the past. That's all I like. I wake up in the morning and I go through this prayer in my head. Yeah,
When we're talking about this neutrality,
yeah,
so having unconditional love in a sense for everything
yeah.
and being with everything,
Hmm.
I understand the difference, yet I can also understand that for many people hearing this, it can be like spiritual bypassing in a sense, where
Yeah,
you're
totally.
like, you're always in this state of oneness, but you're not actually feeling it.
Hmm.
So how do we get to neutrality while
Hmm.
also staying in the feeling
Yeah.
without being fully affected by it?
So first of all, if I would have managed to get there completely, I would have completely dissolved, and I would be like completely in my light body and in my ascended version. uh, Here I am, just saying. Um, so there we have something, like I believe in something that is called free will, and sometimes I know I have a programming, and I do have a preference for specific things. But then whenever I realize, oh, I, this is something I like, this is something I don't like. Also, my body has a regular, like a reaction. Some things it's afraid of. If I see now like a huge spider, my body is gonna. I have a preference not to have the spider, and my body has this reaction. But it's just about like noticing it and saying, okay, I have the intention to be neutral towards the spider, even if I can't do it. It's like it's okay. It's okay. Like I choose to be neutral towards the spider, and then it's a process to get there.
Mm.
But you don't have to. Like it's sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes, and there are some things that mosquitoes. I don't know if I will ever be able to love them. Um, but just like having the intention to go there. Like I have the intention to love everything unconditionally. Do I love everything unconditionally? Hell no. No, I don't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, intention is very powerful though.
intention, exactly. And
Yeah.
just catching myself if I don't. That's that. Just having the awareness. I do have a preference to do that, and not being too hard on myself if I do.